vrising just keeps getting better and better. With its fantastic early access launch, with its fantastic 1.0 launch, and now with an upcoming launch of 1.1 version, this game is becoming just a must-buy forgotten gem. Why forgotten? Because people keep forgetting that it exists. But I'm here to fix that. Today I want to talk about the newest update of vrising called Invaders of Oakveil 1.1 update that is coming out in April 28th of this year. And I'm not gonna lie, it got me excited. And now, before you're gonna say anything, I'm not being sponsored, I'm not being asked to do this, I'm not being paid to do this, I'm making this video just because I want to make this video. So I want to talk about all the additions that vrising is getting, all the new stuff, and everything that makes this amazing game even better. So I prepared my notes and let's talk about all and everything about Invaders of Oakveil. First things first, there are a lot of things that is being added and updated in this game. The major one, of course, is 2 new zones. And not gonna lie, to be fair, if you want to enjoy this new update to its fullest, you kinda need to start your game from all over again. No, you don't need to delete your previous save games, you just need to start with a new character and in a new game to enjoy a bit of a lower tier and lower level zones to its fullest. Setting wise, it's more of a woodland setting, but with a lot of corruption going on around. And not gonna lie, it looks quite beautiful. It reminds me more of a first zone of vrising, which I kinda enjoyed the most, maybe because I spent the most time there. And of course, what people are expecting from those new zones are of course the bosses. You have one major boss, which will be Megara Serpent Queen, a purple crystal boss if you ask me, which looks quite interesting to fight with. And you also have 4 disciples that you can fight with. These are your additional 4 bosses of the zones of this new additions. And looks like these bosses will be using new weapons of the game, because as you can see right here, each of them are, well, wearing this new weapon. And while the bosses are 4, you technically have only 3 new weapons. These are your claws, basically transforming you into Wolverine, dealing insane amount of puncture damage. This will of course come with its own skills and with some playstyle, and with of course legendary weapons. You have your throwing daggers, which is self-explanatory. These are the daggers that you throw. These are more of a range weapons for you. And last but not least, the thing that I'm excited for the most is Twin Blade, to transform your vampire into literal Darth Maul. And Twin Blades is not a melee weapon specifically, it's a combined weapon, because it can be used as javelin as well. So it is a mix of melee and a ranged weapon, which of course is very exciting. But for my magic users out there is also news for you as well, because you're gonna have 7 new spells. This might not sound a lot, but guys, this is a free update. And this includes an ultimate spell as well. And of course, with an update, you're gonna have 2 new V-Bloods as well to upgrade our abilities and become stronger. And these zones will have their own new weapons, their new items, a bunch of new mobs, a bunch of new enemies, and a bunch of more things to do. And it seems like content-wise, this is all that we get. But no, that's not. It seems like that, but it's not true. Because we're getting a lot of new systems, a lot of new quality of life updates. First things first, speaking of weapons, we're getting new weapon coating system. Basically, you're imbuing your weapons with magic and adding a bunch of new abilities and a bunch of new status effects that you can affect and apply with your weapons. This will transform your familiar weapons into something that is completely different and completely fits your playstyle, which I absolutely love. You also get an upgrade to your alchemy, basically adding an ascended alchemy that will allow you to affect your player stats to become much stronger, allowing you to fight stronger enemies easier. And the addition that I liked the most and I'm kind of excited about is Vampire Ascendancy. Now, this Vampire Ascendancy sounds like that you're getting something that is extremely powerful, but in reality, it's something that is very useful. You see, when you progress to the game, you unlock a bunch of different spells and a bunch of different spell schools, right? Now, what you'll get with the Vampire Ascendancy is a passive abilities based on how many skills and abilities you have unlocked in the specific school. Basically, the more spells and abilities you have unlocked for the specific school, more passives you get for that school, and not just for that school, for your character in its entirety, making your vampire even stronger. And I absolutely love this ability. But one more thing makes me excited even more, and it is the new domination ability. You see, do you remember in a patch 1.0 or in early access, you had an ability to dominate certain enemies, to get them to your castle and to feed off them, to get specific bonuses, right? But you couldn't do this with any creatures. It was more specifically for the humans. And if you met some creatures would have very high percentage of very specific V-Blood, you could not take them, you could not dominate them. Now you can, meaning that you can get any type of blood that you want in the game, in your castle. Now that is a quality of life update. You also gain ability to Fusion Forge to basically allow you to get the best stats from the gems and gears of an endgame anytime that you want. So you don't need to farm that much to get the best stats for anything that you craft and anything that you get. This is the quality of life update that you should get. But even that's not all. For the people who enjoy PvP battles but don't want to go with the PvP servers, I have a good news for you. You have an ability to build a PvP arenas in your castle, and you can get into fights in those arenas. 1-on-1, 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4 battles. So if you want to play with your friends but fight against them, you can do that in your castle arenas. And that's a great way for PvE servers to add some PvP without actually breaking some of the immersion that PvE players want. But even that's not all. You also have an ability to add a PvP duels in the game. That means that if you're playing on a PvE server and you met someone and you want to fight them just to see which one is stronger without any risk of actually dying, you can do that, just like in any other big MMO game. How exciting is that? I do not like PvP in those type of games. I want to enjoy PvE. I want to relax and see and do everything that is around me without actually being afraid that someone else will attack me or destroy me. But from time to time, I want to fight someone. Now I can. And the last important update that I saw, but not least, is very important, and it is Steam Deck compatibility. Now this is a fully playable game on a Steam Deck, and even though I haven't actually tried to do that before, I'll try to do this after this update will release to see how it actually plays with the controller. I don't have a Steam Deck, I have Lenovo Legion Go, but still, it's gonna be the same thing. Overall, I usually am not very excited about updates and releases before they do, but for the games like that already has proven that they can do a lot of things right and a lot of things that can be improved, they will improve. I'm excited for things like that, and you should be too. And if you have actually never played vrising and want to know my full review of the game, and this is the review of a full launch of the game, you can watch my video about that right here. And if you like survival games in general and want to choose a bunch of survival games to play with, you can have my list of best 27 survival games right here, plus a bit more. It's not just one. Don't forget to subscribe right here as well. This is me for today, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.